Good morning, everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about International Human Resource Management, Chapter 11, regarding international pay and compensation. Before I continue, let me introduce myself. My name is Aldilana. I am from Management International Class, Faculty of Economic Business, University of Lampung. So, let's continue to the material. So, here is the key aims or learning objective of this chapter. So move to the next slide. Definition of international pay. So international pay is how companies pay employees in different countries, like balancing global fairness with local needs like cost of living, laws, and cultures. So, and what is compensation? First, the definition is the reward the employees receive for their contribution in both monetary and non-monetary forms. And there is also types of compensation. The first is salary, bonus, so it's indirect compensation or benefit, and non-financial reward like recognition and work environment. And the next one is purpose. What's the purpose of compensation? So the purpose of compensation is to attract, motivate, and retain employees through fair and competitive practices. Okay, move to the next slide. Difference and similarities in global compensation practice. There's key difference between countries. First is salary structures. Developed countries tend to have fixed salary structures with clearly defined benefit component, while developing countries are more flexible. The second one is benefits. In Europe, welfare benefits like long leave or health care are favored, while in the US there is more focus on performance bonus. And there is also regulations. Difference in labor laws such as minimum wage, severance pay, and social security. And the last is work culture. So hierarchical and egalitarian culture affect the reward system. And what is the general similarities? First, increasing trend toward pay for performance. Second one is adoption of global performance management system. Third, influence of globalization on MNC salary structure adjustment. Move to the next slide. Factor influencing variation in compensation practice. There is two factors, external and internal. For external factor, the first is local economies like inflation rate, currency strength, and national productivity. Second one, government law and regulation like income tax or labor regulation. And the last is labor market like availability and demand for skilled labor. And for internal factor, like company strategy, like global versus local, and second is organizational culture, whether the focus is on individual or team performance. And next is technology and organizational structure. Okay, let's move to the next slide. The MNC strategies for dealing with global alignment versus local conformance pressures. First, alignment pressure. So MNC want to keep compensation standard, fair, and uniform. Example like global KPI-based annual bonus system. Second, conformance pressures. So it must be updated to local context to be competitive and legally compliant. Example like transport allowance in developing countries. Next one is solution strategy. There is three solutions. The first is transitional strategy. So combination of global standard and local adaptation. The second one is localization, like customizing compensation structure per country. And next is global benchmarking, so using market data from different countries for balance. Move to the next slide. There is compensation for expatriate and internal equity issues. There is two types. First is general component of expatriate compensation. First is base salary, so based on home or placement salary. Second one, foreign service premium, incentive for working abroad. Next is cost living adjustment or adjust for purchasing power. And the last is housing, relocation, and hardship allowance. And what is internal equity issues? There is three main points. First is inequality between expatriate and local workers can lead to conflicts. Second, importance of transparency and communication of compensation policies. And for solution is need to balance the approach of global pay bending. Okay, next let's move to the case. So here's the case summary. Balancing global strategy and local pressure in pharmaceutical MNCs. Healthcare is a European pharmaceutical company that used to adapt its pay and HR system to each country. But as competitive grow, it started using a more global approach while still allowing some local flexibility. Now managers get a standard bonus based on first, personal performance, 50%. Second is team or unit performance, 25%, and company performance, 25%. So they also receive stock option based on their position, but base pay and benefits still follow local laws and market standards. So this mixed global consistency and local adaptation help healthcare stay fair, competitive, and efficient in different countries. So let's jump into question. So the first question is, how has healthcare designed and implement its international competition strategy to respond to alignment and conformance pressures? So healthcare has designed its international competition strategy by combining global standardization and local adaptation. It uses a standard bonus system, like based on an individual, unit, and corporate performance, and share option to align with global goals, while base pay and benefit are adjusted to match local market standard and legal requirement. This approach allows healthcare to maintain global consistency while respecting local difference, balancing both alignment and conformance pressure effectively. And for conclusion of this chapter is compensation is a key part of human resource management that help attract, retain, and motivate employees with fair financial and non-financial reward. In an international context, company must design pay system that blends global values with local needs, considering difference in law, culture, and market condition. A successful international compensation strategy ensures internal equity, adapt to local environment, and support the company's overall performance and competitiveness across borders. So that's all for me. Thank you for your attention.